Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, April 24th, 2023, aka Deej's birthday. Happy birthday, Deej. Aka also Lesbian Visibility Week. Today, Monday, not Sunday, Monday, April 24th, is the start of World Lesbian Visibility Week. And as we all know, Karoga, an ally of the LGBTQ plus A community, mostly the L, but an ally nonetheless. We are here to celebrate the visibility of lesbians. Now, I've done something. I've tweaked something to make lesbians more visible. What I've done, though, it's a secret. I'm not going to say what I've done. You might figure it out. We might not. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've done something. So it's the thought that counts. Not Ryan Johnson was first in the chat. Says hello in Kapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. Welcome, Not Ryan Johnson. Words and pictures says Kapla, Bird of Prey. I thought I'd do a little investigating. So I did an image search for a Lesbian Visibility Week. They're not at all shy about being visible, are they? No, it's a great thing. It's a great thing about lesbians. They tend not to be shy. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. Richie Poole says, Forvok. Welcome, Richie. And Richie Poole says, Bird, I think you and Deej should fight to the death to see which one of you will take over for Tucker over at Fox. Bring on the Lurpa. I have no particular great desire to take over for Tucker. To be honest, I've never watched his show. I've seen clips of his show when they make the news, but I was never a fan of Tucker. It's he's got a funny name for a conservative, but yeah, never watched, never cared for him. At least Hannity, I watched once in a while. Never Tucker. Honestly, he always seemed like a joke to me. And I don't know. I don't know if he's serious about what he feels. He might be. I just never got that vibe from him. Now I hear he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So, God bless him. If he can make a life for himself with just his name, good on him. But I'm not sending him any money. I know that much. Richie Fool says, if both survive the Lurpa, combat will resume with the Anwun, as it should be. Professor Brainy Speck says, Kapla late, Berto Frey. And Professor says, being late does not suit a Klingon warrior. That is true. Klingons are never late. Well, they might not always be accurate, but they are always precise. Okay, when I was the cool guy I was back in the year 2000 or even 1999, when I had my 1986 Jeep Cherokee that was driving to college, and I had the AM radio replaced with a CD, and I had the only CD I owned was Conversational Klingon, and I would just play it over and over again. And when we got to the part on timekeeping, I don't remember any of the Klingon words for time, for hours or seconds or anything like that, but I do remember them always saying, Klingons may not always be accurate, but they are always precise. So a Klingon would never say, I'll be there around, 3:30. A Klingon will say, I'll be there at 4:45. Okay, they might not show up until 5:15, but they're never going to say, I'll be there 5-ish. Now, always precise, not always accurate. Just a good thing to know for those who Klingon culture. Mr. Londell's groovy movie says Kapla, Mr. Londell. John Araki says, we see you, bird, trapped in a man's body, but we see you. Thank you for the visibility, John Araki. Moxley fan says, hey to us all. Hey, Moxley. John Araki says, there is no better visibility. There is no better lesbian visibility than kissing Dax, and a $1 super chat from John Araki, and we will play it right now. All right. And it is Kissing Dax. Congratulations, John Araki, Kissing Dax on this Lesbian Visibility Week. Thank you. Thank you for promoting lesbianism, visibility. It's a big difference. We're supporting the visibility of lesbians. Too often lesbians become invisible and people walk into them accidentally. Like, holy shit, I didn't see you there. You were being a lesbian. I just turned invisible. So we need to increase their visibility. Some people have suggested lesbians wear bright colored clothing, perhaps something yellow to stick out like a school bus. I'm okay with that. Moxley fans is Bird, Kapla Bird. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Kapla Moxley. as I hope you are doing well. 47 Yorktown says, my best friend is a lesbian. I'll tell her to wear bright colors this week. Awesome. Awesome, 47. It's really for her own safety. It's really for her own safety. You don't want, I don't know how many times I've heard like, oh my God, you hit somebody. Well, I didn't see her. She was a lesbian. She was invisible. So it's just a hell of a lot of paperwork. It's bad news for everyone involved. If they were wearing something a bit brighter, they would have been seen. Cody Guy waves, welcome, Cody Guy. Professor Brainy Specs says, hurry up, Lato Pray 5, before Deej has another birthday. A most happy birthday, Deej. Yes, I owe Deej another song if Deej is here. I hope he is. Deej, we will sing. Yes, Deej is here. So let's take a moment and sing. Sing with me, people. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Deej Odyssey. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations, Deej. 52 years young today. That's you don't want to be an age where people start calling you age young instead of age old. I'm sorry, Deej. And to the traveler, if you show up, if you're listening, happy belated birthday, traveler. I did message you on your birthday, but there was no stream that day. And Salty, if you're watching, even more belated birthday to you. And I believe there were even more birthdays in the last few days, and I apologize. But please, if it's your birthday today, tomorrow, or it was yesterday, or the day before, please remind me, and I'll sing you happy birthdays to everybody. John Araki says maybe some form of reflective tape could make them more visible. That's quite possible. Moxley says, Professor Brainy Specs, dude, don't get your panties in a bunch. Bird ain't late. Absolutely. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Professor Brainy Specs says, Moxley, Bird is so late. It ain't funny. That's just not true. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone, good evening to the lovely Yvette. Life with Matthew says, I refuse to believe this week is a real thing. Oh, it's real, Life with Matthew. It's real, and it's spectacular. And by the way, Life with Matthew, for those guys who are unsubscribed or became unsubscribed because he hasn't put out a video in a long time, he put out a video again today, a great Star Trek Voyager video. You guys should all check it out. And Professor is asking Life with Matthew if there's a virtual pub tonight. I don't know. Life with Matthew says, Bird, have you seen the episode of Quantum Leap with General Martok? No. No, is it a new Quantum Leap? I'm only one episode off. There's only one episode I haven't seen. An Yvette with a 2-pound sterling super chat and says, fingers crossed for Kissing Dax. For you all, and Yvette got Kissing Dax. 2 Kissing Daxes in a row on Lesbian Visibility Week. What were the chances of that? Thank you to the lovely Yvette. And yes, another Kissing Dax. But Live with Matthew, as to answer your question, I don't believe I've seen J.G. Hertzler in Quantum Leap. I mean, I don't remember the original Quantum Leap, but the new Quantum Leap, I don't think so. Moxley fan says, I don't doubt it. We the people. Absolutely. LDG says to the X, reminding everybody to go to 2x speed to catch up, to be absolutely live. Professor Brainy Specs says greetings to Yvette, and Yvette says hi to Jeff. Life with Matthew says, surely you made that up. I don't know what you mean, and don't call me Shirley. Professor Brainy Specs says, Life with Matthew. I don't doubt it. Moxley fan says, oh Lord. John Araki says, Deej was not born. He was summoned. And John Araki with another $1 super chat and another kissing Dax. And Jedi Bill with a $2 super chat and another kissing Dax. Oh my God. It's like every super chat is kissing Dax today. Who would have thought? Oh, wait. Maybe it's a great way to show lesbian visibility. Lesbian visibility. Today only, every super chat, every donation, kissing Dax. Don't go crazy on it. Don't go crazy. Ah, John Araki with another $1 super chat. And LDG with a $2 super chat says, can it be kissing Dax galore? What a great idea. Okay, and in all honesty, we do have LDG to thank for this. He suggested an all kissing Dax stream, and he suggested this over a month ago. And I said, that's not a bad idea, but it needs to have a reason. So I started Googling for anything to do with lesbians. And the first lesbian event I found, that was on a Monday. And there's LDG's super chat. Thank you again. That was on a Monday, was a month and a half away. And so I set my calendar. And John Araki with another super chat. And another super chat. And the Traveler with a $2 super chat says, can I be in the middle of the two? Thank you, John Araki. There's plenty of kissing Daxes to go around. Plenty of kissing Daxes to go around. Anyway, LDG suggested it. I decided to find a suitable excuse holiday, and Lesbian Visibility Week seemed like the perfect day since it was Monday, and I knew Mondays would be bed life. So I put it in my calendar, and 6 weeks later, I got the reminder that it was today. And and another super chat. John Araki, thank you. Thank you, John Araki. Dee says, where is the kissing Dax tennis ball version? Deej, well, after today, I've got to redo all these animations. So tennis balls might be coming. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna have to redo it. LDG says, no, excuse me. Life with Matthew says, you tweaked lesbians? I did. I tweaked some lesbians. Professor Brainy Specs is shaking his head. Ms. Lundell says, lesbian visibility sounds like a waste of time and resources. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And 205 with a $2.49 donation says, perfection. Another kissing Dax. Another slightly different. You heard the noise. The audio on the donation kissing Dax, a little different than the audio on the super chat kissing Dax, but both are indeed kissing Dax. So I was thinking ahead. Thank you. Thank you, 205. John Araki says lesbian visibility should not have a 1 in 35 chance. Well, not anymore, John. It's a 1 in 1 chance. 100% of the time. Just for today. And the Traveler with another. Oh, that was just how long it took the Traveler. Yes, the Traveler with another super chat. Says, is this Bird's get rich quick scheme? I don't know. I would have probably made it like a $10 minimum if it was get rich quick. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's get rich quick, but it's get Mama Pray a dozen eggs quick. We're going to have eggs. Sassy. Money for all the eggs. Money for the eggs, you're broke. Moxley fan says HLA equal hot lesbian action, kissing Dax. Actually, he says kissing Dex, but I assume he means Dax. Moxley says hello to Yvette. And Deej says, I identify as a lesbian. I love women and felt safer on a woman's bike. That's all you need to do, Deej, is identify. Once you identify, it's all the same. It's all good. All right. And another John Araki super chat. Thank you, John. You know, now that somebody said that, there was, oh man, I had I was asked to take a survey. What website? Some website this morning wanted me to take a survey about my my pronouns to make sure they were being inclusive. I forget what website, but I got to go find it. I left it open. Moxley fan says happy birthday to Deej. John Araki says hashtag swords are fun. That's the wise words of Worf. And John Araki gifted 5 memberships. Oh my God, thank you so much, John Araki. Unfortunately, membership gifting is not a kissing Dax occasion, but it is greatly appreciated. Nonetheless, we've got Mr. Awesome. Mr. Awesome was one of the gifts. John DeMarco was one of the gifts. Positive Candor, Mark Krell, and JP's. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. John Araki, 5 memberships. And Dr. Alex's Kaplaber didn't know lesbians had the power of invisibility. You know, you never knew about it until you hit them with your car. And you're like, holy shit, I didn't know they could become invisible. And LDG with a $2 super chat. And says, Elon inspired this from Professor Brainy Specs. Elon inspired this from Professor Brainy Specs. Thank you, LDG. John Araki says hashtag trust no one. Another reference to Star Trek Picard. By the way, a couple hours before I started streaming, I finally put out my five nitpicks video from season 3, episode 10 of Picard. Not that I think anybody was really waiting on it, but if you were, it went out earlier this afternoon. So check it out after this stream. And Hakeem says, Kapla, everyone. Great nitpick video, Bird. I swear I hadn't, I must have seen that subconsciously. I had not consciously read it, but that's probably what reminded me to tell everybody about it. Thank you, Hakeem. It is appreciated. You know what? That was the first nitpick video that I uploaded and YouTube accepted it on the very first try. And I was like, holy shit. Because I didn't even what's that called? I didn't even have to blend the videos. Usually I make them half the opacity. Usually I drop the opacity to like 50%. So you see the star background so that the algorithm doesn't detect that it's a copy. Today, for whatever reason, even where I used, well, I didn't use super long clips today, but they didn't have any problem with any of the clips I used. So maybe, I don't know if they lightened up for this final episode or I just got lucky. But or watch, they're going to put in a copyright content match after the fact. But I was really surprised. I thought for sure. I mean, I've yet to have one of these nitpick videos that I didn't have to re-edit it. So I was shocked when it uploaded without problem. Professor Brainy Specs says hashtag spooky. Professor Brainy Specs says, gee, I wonder what it was that bird changed. I wonder. And the lovely Sherry is in the house. Kapla, lovely Sherry. Thank you. And a hug from the lovely Sherry. Professor Brainy Specs says, John Araki says, should lesbian children be seen and not heard? I'm not going to answer that. We don't know. Children aren't lesbians yet. Deej says hashtag scissoring. Jedi Bill says Kapla, bird of prey. And all should hail Karoga. Thank you, Jedi Bill. John Araki says we need to ban lesbian cloaking devices. They don't have cloaks. It's our own eyes that have made them invisible. Jedi Bill says happy birthday to Deej. Absolutely. Today is Deej's birthday.
All right.
And a lovely Sherry is saying hi to Deej. And Captain Fandom Nerd with $1 super chat. And some kissing dacks. Thank you, Captain Fandom Nerd. I hope you're doing well, Captain. Miss Lundell says 52. He's still a freaking child in diapers. Listen, he might wear diapers. That doesn't make him a child. Okay. And Deej goes, Sherry, Sherry baby. See, this is why I don't have a voice like Deej. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says Kapla, Kapla, Gorilla. Gorilla did what was the movie last night? Was it Spaceballs? Spaceballs? He did a good movie last night. And John Araki with another $1 super chat. Thank you, John. DJs, they are called Depends, Mr. Lundell. Depends, yep. That's where we're going. The Random Menace says, greetings from the future. Bird, next Monday, our girls celebrate their birthdays. So I would like to ask you to sing happy birthday to Sassy and Connie. Mine turns 16. How old will Sassy be? Sassy will be 7. 7 years old. So I will sing. Thank you, Random Menace. Because if you don't remind me, it's possible we might forget. Sassy, you're going to be 7 years old next Monday. It's May Day, right? May 1st? Is that? Yes. That's it? That's Monday? May 1st, 1 week from today. Sassy will turn 7 years old. Thank you, Joseph. I will sing to Sassy and Connie. Jedi Bill says, and congratulations to Deej on finally getting over 800 subscribers. And Deej says, thank you again, Bill. Congratulations, Deej. 800 subscribers, on to 1,000. Yes, Mama Pray. Ask Joseph
in America
if
are considering naming the baby Connie after the dog.
no, Mama Pray, they're not. I know they're not.
Oh.
Mama Pray wanted to know if you and Erica were considering naming the baby Connie after the dog. But I know it worked out with Charlie. But no, he already told us the name.
Oh.
They already have the name. It's not Connie.
Registry up on Amazon.
And Mama Pray wants to know when you'll have a registry up on Amazon, Joseph.
So people in the United States can send you stuff.
So people in the United States can send stuff. John Araki says, why did Matthew wait until the end of Ramada to post his video? I think he meant Ramadan to post his video. Curious. It is a bit curious. Yvette says, hey, to Moxley fan. The Traveler says, greetings, birds, turds, and nerds. Salty turds. Greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds. Greetings, Traveler. And happy birthday. Yes, I wish Traveler a happy birthday, but a public happy birthday to the Traveler whose birthday was the day before yesterday, I believe, the 22nd or the 21st. No, it was recently. It was recent. Mr. Lundell says, I see what he did there. Deej says, I think Bird deleted all the rest. Well, I disabled them.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk with a $1.49 donation says, you are welcome from me buying your Twitter. Blue check this month, but next month I have to give it to Bette Midler. She's crying too much lately. Yeah, it's okay. All the rich celebrities are crying over their blue check marks. I don't really care. You know, get some of them to pay, give it away to others. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. The Traveler says, Life with Matthew is alive. Yes, he is. He is alive and doing videos again. Moxley fans says, it's okay, Bird. This setup, you turned off all the alerts except kissing Dax. Nice. I turned off all the variations except kissing Dax. Last son of K says, Deej, congrats on 800. And he says, thank you to the last son of K. And the last son of K, I don't recognize your name. Kapla, if you're new here, or maybe it's just a change of name. I'm not sure. And John Araki with another super chat. Thank you, John. Thank you. Moxley fans is Bird of Prey. I knew it because every alert kissing Dax son. Deej says Bird of Prey, where is the kissing Dax tennis ball version? Oh, I read that, but I'll read it again. John Araki says Bird will be able to afford his transition to trans lesbian after this stream. There's actually no money required to transition to lesbian. So that's good. Life with Matthew says the Traveler, you can't prove it. Moxley fans is Bird of Prey. This kissing Dax is going to get out of hand. Cause it's only for today. It's only for today. Deej is also surprised Life with Matthew is alive. Life with Matthew says General Martok was in the original Quantum. He even declared that Sam was a man who had no honor. I missed that. I mean, I haven't watched the original Quantum Leap since it aired the first time. It's been that long. I never rewatched the original Quantum Leap. I mean, I might have seen a rerun on TV 30 years ago, but that was it. Life with Matthew says, Deej, maybe he's just a Chat GPT plugin. That's always a possibility. And the Traveler says he sees Life with Matthew there. Miss Lundell waves to Life with Matthew. Life with Matthew is saying that's fake news. To the Traveler, Professor Brainy Speck says, I refuse to super chat. As well you should, Professor. As well you should. I know that visible lesbians are the natural enemy of librarians. So I get it. Uber B-Man says, is Adam Nimoy still kissing Dax? Or did they part ways? They parted ways. Terry Farrell is officially a single woman. Now, I don't know if she's dating somebody, but she's not married anymore. So if you can find her and you can woo her, you might be able to put a ring on her. Now, last I saw, she was at a convention somewhere in the Midwest. Life with Matthew says, Miss Lundell, long time no see. And Antiderivative Jill is listening and lurking. Kapla, Antiderivative Jill, at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m., 2 in the morning, I woke up for my midnight Jaloja, and I went back to sleep, and I saw who was streaming. And Antiderivative Jill was streaming along with Scotty on her channel, and I tuned in, and I got to listen to her play her game, and I got back to sleep listening to her and Scotty, their great show, playing a game in the middle of the night. Jedi Bill with another super chat. Thank you, Jedi Bill. Kapla, and another kissing Dax. Yeah, so that's the thing. Antiderivative Jill, her shows can go on anytime of the day or night. Miss Lundell says he's been chilling with Life with Matthew. How about you? The Traveler says, Vertebrae, you played us like a damn fiddle. I'm not playing anybody. I was straight up, I was honest. Okay, this is Lesbian Visibility Week, and there's nothing more visible now than kissing Dax. Jedi Bill says, John Araki, you are loving this, aren't you? Some people are getting Daxed out. And John Araki, to that, he was gifted 5 memberships. Serious, thank you, John. Greatly appreciated. John DeMarco, he's back. Mr. Awesome, I believe he's a new subscriber. Positive Candor is back. Mark Rell is back. JP's is back. All of them, thanks to John Araki. Dr. Alex's Kapla Bird, I didn't know lesbians, I read that, had the power of invisibility. It's a new power, Doctor. It's not ones they've had since the beginning of time. But it's a recent development. It's, they've evolved And Jedi Bill puts in a bunch of emojis, some laughing, Kurogan flags, bird of prey, and Sisso prey emojis. And Deej puts in a bunch of Sisso prey emojis. Although Deej, I've seen what you wrote on Twitter, Deej. I know you do not have those feelings for Sisso prey, but it's okay. You don't have to be in love with Sisso prey to pay child support. Professor Brainy Specs is, as usual, LDG is not making any sense. Well, he did have the decent idea for Kissing Dax Day. Dr. Alex has loved the stereo effect on that sound effect. Thank you. I picked it out myself. Professor Brainy Specs is greetings to Dr. Alex. Dr. Alex says hello to Professor. Last son of K says, sorry, Bird, I should have said this earlier. Hail chat and the Opre family. No problem, last son of K. I feel bad if I missed you. Galactics X says lesbians in space. Ooh la la. Ooh la la indeed. Galactus X. Kapla. Dr. Alex says, using opacity to avoid copyright bots. Sneaky, we'll have to try that. The thing is, you want to have something moving underneath. So the star field is animated. And anyway, it seems to help. It seems to help. Who is that with Dax? Asks Galactics X. That is another trill from her previous host, Tobin's wife. Tobin was in a shuttle accident, died in a shuttle accident. He left a widow. That widow went on to become a man, who then went on to become a woman again, whereas the Dax symbiont went on to Curzon and then back to Jadzia. So now the symbionts who had been married were now both in female hosts, and yet they still loved each other. So actually, in the Next Generation, Dr. Crusher kind of had the similar experience. She fell in love with the symbiont who was in a male, and
oh yeah.
And Don Lemon with $1.49 donation says, thank you for giving me a new job on Good Morning Kuroga. I will bring dignity to Kuroga News Network. Hail Kuroga. P.S. If you need to cuddle, I'm here when you need me. XOXO. No thanks, Don, but welcome to Good Morning Kuroga. God. I until today, I had no idea that Don Lemon was part of the LGBTQ plus, caret ampersand community, but welcome. An ally to the L's is an ally to us all, Don. But anyway, so in the Next Generation episode, Dr. Crusher fell madly in love with this Trill as if he was a candle or something. But then the Trill, in a shuttle accident, got injured. So then the symbiont went into Riker. While the symbiont was in Riker, Beverly was okay with still being physically attracted to it because it was still a man. So I think Bev and Riker physically, I don't remember, but I think there was some physical intimacy between them. And then when the trill finally got around to being put in another trill, it got put in a woman. And at that point, the woman trill was still in love with Beverly. And she's like, so you want to, you want to Netflix and chill? And Beverly's like, I don't think I can do it. And she's like, why? She's like, because you're a lady and I'm a lady and I need a man. You know what I mean? And she's like, I can't believe you still believe that way. It's like, and Beverly was like, yeah, no, I gotta have, you've got to be fully functional to have this. She didn't want the parts that lady had. And it kind of made the trill cry.
Oh, yeah.
And we got 2 more super chats. Chris Cuomo donated $1.49 and says, hey, if you're going to hire Don Lemon as a fellow New Yorker, can I have a job too? I can do it from your basement. I do some of my best lying from basements. Chris, we're full. We're full. And Antiderivative Jill with a $4 super chat, super sticker. Thank you, Antiderivative Jill. I don't understand. What is that jumping?
Oh,
a gift? It's a gift and somebody is jumping. Thank you, Antiderivative Jill. And Danny Ash donated $2.49 and says, get your Dax out. Thank you, Danny Ash. I'm still trying to figure out what the super sticker is. But a present is being gifted to a jumping, 2-legged pig creature. I don't know. I don't know. Very interesting, though. Oh, yeah, that was how TNG dealt with lesbian love, as opposed to how DS9 dealt with lesbian love. So, Professor Brainy Specs says, Dr. Alex, leave it to the mind of the Kurogan dictator. Professor says, Bird, you have funny blue hair. That little bit of pillow. Little bit of pillow. John Araki says, hashtag remember the Kurogamo. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, yes, Spaceballs. And next week for Germ's 80s picks is some movie about a house on the road. So I assume an RV, but they use some bad grammar and put road before house. Roadhouse? The Travelers is vertebrae. For my birthday, I want you to not sing me happy birthday. No singing. Your wish, Traveler. Your wish. Galactus X says Elon Musk is such a cheapskate. Son of a bitch. Well, he likes to make money, Galactus. He likes to make money. John Araki says Elon should allow followers to buy check marks like you can buy memberships on YouTube. Yeah, he probably will. If you make that suggestion, anything to get more, to sell more memberships. Last Son of K says Bird of Prey only recently started chatting on my favorite creators' live streams. Well, thank you so much. That means a lot, Last Son of K. Dr. Alex is currently cutting together all the latest Fox footage. And yes, thank goodness, Life with Matthew is back. And when he means Fox footage, he doesn't mean Fox News. He means actual live foxes, in his backyard. John Aragi says, Bird is mourning the loss of Don Lemon. Oh, I'm not mourning any loss. I really don't think they're gone. Last son of BK says, Bird, I've been a long-time subscriber to you indeed, but just watch. Well, thank you so much. I love. Yeah, Mama Frey asked, what changed your mind, if you don't mind us asking? That's wonderful. Deej Odyssey says, a testament to the last son of K for not losing sanity, yet watching us both. Absolutely. The last son of K says, Deej, I still love that after farm life video in the bar with your friends. I had a long comment on it. Deej says, well, I'm sure there'll be another one coming this summer. Deej says, you don't have the icon, Berto Frey, for me to put up, and I'm not paying child support. And I hear Mama Frey laugh in the background. Lol. You don't have the icon for me to put up. Which icon?
Not the father.
Not the father icon?
Is it one?
There's not going to be one. Ms. Lundell says, okay, Beverly is addicted to vitamin D. Know what yes. Yes, Beverly is clearly heterosexual. Gorilla's Random Thought says, the IRS is going to send 87,000 new agents to your house, Bird. They probably will. Deej says, that's a Kurogan orphan. Oh, it's a Kurogan orphan. Kurogan orphans don't have money to be given gifts away. The Traveler says, Beverly joined the Enterprise D to get some D. Picard was just too professional to go for her. Actually, she said in an interview that she took the job as an actress because she thought she was going to be Picard's love interest. And the fact that her and Picard hadn't had, any type of physical relationship was one of the reasons she left the show after the first season. She thought her and Picard were going to be a couple, a thing. And then she was mad, and so she left. And then when she came back, she had then again thought they were going to be a couple, but then she realized all the scripts they had started with were all leftover scripts that had Dr. Pulowski, and they had to quickly rewrite them to change it from Dr. Pulowski to Dr. Crusher. But she knew that for the foreseeable future, there wasn't going to be any progress of a relationship because they were all, Dr. Pulowski and Picard were never interested in each other in any way, shape, or form. And Professor Brainy Specs with a $1.49 donation. Thank you, Professor, if that is the real you. And if it isn't the real you, thank you to whoever is claiming to be you. Last Son of K says, how could Bird not identify an orphan minor? Because that's not an orphan minor. That just might be a child. I mean, there are children in Kuroga who aren't orphans. It's rare, but it happens. Deej says, no, Bird, you commented on me putting up Sissopray, but I can't. I put up, you commented on me putting up Sissopray, but I can't. I put up the one I would, the tweet. Deej, you are a channel member. You can put up the Sissopray emoji, and you certainly did in this chat. Last Son of K says, I actually started chatting on Deej's stream And I love Mamo Frey tales, by the way.
Oh, thank
Thank you. Mamo Frey says thank you as well. Executive producer Sal Leibowitz is Kapla Bird. I hope you and Mamo Frey had a great weekend. In 10 days, I will be in Asia with my thousands of nieces and nephews, aka future Kurogan miners, if they don't get in line. Thank you so much, Executive Producer Saul Leibowitz. And I hope you have a safe trip. Executive Producer Saul Leibowitz is Kissing Dax. Thank you, Professor. Well, Executive Producer Saul Leibowitz, is a very special day here on the channel. It's Lesbian Visibility Week. So to that end, every chat, every super chat, and every super chat and every donation is a Kissing Dax in recognition of Lesbian Visibility Week. Oh, let us speaking of holidays, we'll quickly go through. Today is the Action Day for Tolerance and Respect Between People. It is Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. Now, you guys know I've knew a lot of Armenians in college. Shocked by how big the Armenian community is in the United States, at least in New York. And Galactics X with a £3 sterling super chat. Super sticker. Fist bump. Where's the camera? Why is the camera off? Fist bump. Thank you, Galactics X. It is the coronation day of Pope Benedict XVI. I guess that was today, several years ago. It is Fashion Revolution Day, the International Day of Multilateralism for Diplomacy for Peace. What? Hey, it's National Brandon Day. Let's go, Brandon.
All right.
And Galactus X's super chat just came in. Oh, what a wonderful day. Mama Pray.
What?
It's National Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Oh.
A holiday celebrating one of our favorite comfort foods. Pork sausage or hot dogs baked in pastry. And Johnny Rocky with another $1 super chat. Thank you again, John Araki. It's National Skipping Day. Have fun while exercising. Doesn't get any better. Holy shit. New Kids on the Block Day. It's NKOTB Day. I remember junior high school. New Kids on the Block were all the rage for the girls. No boy listened to New Kids on the Block. And we got Johnny Rocky's super chat. Thank you again. And Johnny Rocky says Gates McFadden thought she was auditioning for Captain Stabbin. She was. She thought that was it. She wanted attention, and she knew she wasn't going to get it by being a doctor. She thought she was going to get it by being the captain's main squeeze. It's Scream Day. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Scream Day. Celebrate with us right here. No, today's Lesbian Visibility Day, not Scream. It's World Day for Animals in Laboratories. Animal lives matter too. Join us today in advocating for the protection of their rights. And oh my God, it's Barbara Streisand's birthday. Streisand is a multi-talented, award-winning singer, actress, and director who's inspired us to pursue our dreams. If you say so. If you say so. Chief Cook is in the house, is lolling. Welcome, Chief Cook. Deej says, I have to share NKOTB Day. Son of a bitch. Deej, you were born on New Kids on the Block Day. Wow. How did you not know that? You were a professional DJ. Let's see. Why is today NKOTB Day? New Kids on the Block Day is celebrated every year on April 24th. You may be forgiven for not knowing who the famous band is. Born in 1984, it's widely considered the godfather of the modern boy band. NKOTB was not an overnight sensation, but its hit album, Hanging Tough, released in 1988, made it an overnight sensation globally. Members of the group and their music had profound impact on the music industry and paved the way for future groups like the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and more recently, Korean boy band BTS. Okay, at least I've heard of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. I have never heard of BTS.
They have all different color.
Mom will pray knows about BTS. They have all different color hair.
There's a reason.
There's a reason you know about them.
Yes, there's a Korean. It's a Korean.
It's a Korean boy band.
Okay.
Yeah. And
we have neighbors down the block.
oh yes, we have neighbors.
Okay. The guy used to come in. The father
Uh-huh.
walk by and talk to me.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. Anyway, when I saw this son
Mhm.
walking down the block with pink hair and walking with somebody with green hair, I said, that's really strange. Let me look this up.
You looked it up.
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether they are actually part of the band. I really don't.
I doubt they're part of that band.
Well,
they're probably just the
they're
style.
Korean.
I understand.
And, you know, they're not always here anymore. So all that put together. I looked up the band, and that's how I found out about the band. I looked up the pink hair and what, and
So are you saying we live next to band members from BTS?
it's a possibility, or they're just very, what do you call those, fans that
Big
are,
fans.
but that brought it to my attention.
Oh, guys, you've heard it here first.
Yeah.
BTS lives in Karoga. And I didn't even know we had them here.
Yeah, I have a whole lot that you don't know about. It happens on the front porch.
John Araki says, question of the day from Mama Pray. What is your TV show of choice these days? Blue Bloods? Blue Bloods.
I couldn't get it out. It's
Blue-
about the only thing left outside of
Quantum Leap.
That when Yellowstone comes back, if it comes
Okay,
back.
Yellowstone. Mama Pray likes Yellowstone, but as of right now, for TV shows actively putting out new episodes, it's Blue Bloods. Yeah, Quantum Leap has finished for the season.
But we haven't seen the last.
No, we haven't seen the last episode yet. Last Son of K says, Deej, I have to share my birthday with Bob Iger. And Deej is sorry about that. Deej says, I put your Iger up and add Streisand. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, I thought Deej was one of those new kids on the block. Last on a case is Deej, it's okay. I also have to share the female wrestler's Victoria. It's also an exact share. She's a 71er too. Wow. Deej says, excuse me, the Beatles? Oh, about boy bands. Uber B-Man says, we used to have a radio personality here in Atlanta called Bubba, the Love Sponge. And he used to have a segment called Lesbian Tuesdays. Awesome. John Aragi says, new orphans in the mines. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, BTS is huge in the USA and in Asia. Well, literally had never heard about them until today. And Saul Leibowitz says, Blackpink is a US Korean girl group that's also big in the USA and Asia, and also one I'd never heard of. Deej says, ouch. John Aragi says, Bird is not watching the porch cameras, not 24/7. Galactus BTS, Galactus X says, BTS are androgynous. They assimilate other cultures like the Borg. The Random Menace says, BTS are now in the military since South Korea military service is mandatory in South Korea.
You don't have camera on, right?
Just a little bit, but you can walk behind me without it picking you up.
Okay.
Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, there's rumor that BTS are actually former Karogan miners. There's no truth to that. Deej says, no, he isn't. That's what I said last night on Jackbox. Their worst name for security company would be Hello World, it's Berto Prey 5. And LDG says Bubba is on YouTube now. So this past Sunday, on the Shuttlepod show podcast, they had Todd Stashwick, aka Captain Shaw, on the Shuttlepod show, and we watched it. It's interesting. I mean, it's a lot of talk about his pre-Trek life. There's not a whole lot of talk about Star Trek, but it wasn't terrible. But one of the lines that was uttered, I don't remember if it was by him or by one of the producers, but it got me thinking that Captain Shaw was the first Gen X captain. And I was like, there's no way that could be true. He was like the first Gen X captain. But then I started thinking, all the captains from, TNG, DS9, Voyager, they were boomers. There weren't any Gen X captains. Even the youngest people on the show. I mean, okay, if you had Jake Sisko and you had Will Wheaton, they were Gen Xers. But everybody else, I mean, except maybe the youngest, maybe Hoshi, maybe Esri Dax would be Gen X, possibly. But for the most part, the other adults on the show, like Picard, Riker, Kira, they weren't Gen Xers. So I was like, shit, Michael Dorn, not a Gen Xer. Like anybody who was a captain So I started thinking, and I got through, and I was like, wow. And then you go to Enterprise, and again, I memean, Scott Bakula, he's not Gen X, not by a long shot. And I was like, could it really be true that we had a Gen X captain? And then I said, well, wait. What about Star Trek 2009? So I went and I Googled Chris Pine, and Chris Pine was 42 years old. He was born August 26, 1980. And now, at best, that is the lowest cutoff for Gen X. But for a lot of people, that's considered a millennial. And I went to Adecco, which is, one of the more trusted sources. And who is a millennial and who is a member of Gen Z? And it says a millennial is anyone born between 1980 and 1995. So that actually puts Chris Pine as a millennial. So now I realize Gen X got skipped over. Gen X got skipped over. There was no Gen X captain until Captain Shaw in Trek. I can't even think as a one-off. I'm sure there might have been a one-off, unnamed captain or something, but an actual main character, no, I don't see it anywhere. So I thought that was interesting, that we got screwed over. Generation X got screwed over. There's plenty of boomer captains. And then you go to Discovery and you got millennial captains. Where the hell did the Gen X captains go? Why didn't we get represented as captains? It's bullshit.
Go ahead, Joe. That's it. Interesting. You complain, you're a Gen X disabled person. You could be a captain. Of course, it could be like Captain Bagel.
Yitza says 1980 is still Gen X. The article is wrong. Yeah, Ciso Frey, who was also born in 1980, doesn't like being called a millennial. She hates it. She's like, no, it's 1981. She even finds some things that say 1982. But the point is, it's close enough. It's close enough. Even if you said 1980, technically he was still Gen X, then it's the very edge of Gen X. Okay, where's the 48-year-old captain, a 50-year-old, smack in the middle of Gen X? Not this outlier who could on one day be Gen X, on another day be a millennial. I'm sorry. I know you guys born in 1980, 1981, you'd rather be considered Gen X. I get it. Okay, but you're on the edge. I thought it was pretty interesting. Uber B Man says, I was under the impression Gen X spanned 1969 to 1984. That is a very liberal interpretation of Gen X. And Glacius X says, how old is the actor who plays Captain Pike? Oh, Captain Pike. Oof. I forgot. I forgot Anson Mount. How old is Anson Mount? Anson Mount. Oh, he's 50. Fuck. Well, that shut me up. Okay, so Anson Mount of Strange New Worlds is the one Gen X captain. Born 1973, February 25th, 1973, right in the middle of the Gen X. So, okay. So then I guess whoever's mentioned that on
What's his face himself said that.
Todd Stashwick.
Yeah.
Todd Stashwick said it himself. So Todd Stashwick is wrong. He's not the first Gen X captain. Anson Mount is. Well, shit. Okay, good eye, good ear, good eye for detail. Uber B-Man says Gen X has always been a crossover generation. We're old enough to have lived in the analog world, but young enough to experience technological advances, but we're not dependent like millennials. The deed says, well, I was born in 71, so I'm Generation X. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. Last son of K says, lolling a deej. Thomas Potts says, I identify as Gen Y, not millennial. It's okay, Thomas. You're amongst friends. Uber V-Man says he's like 50 something. 50. Yeah, he's 50. And John Araki says Pike is greater than a black bolt. I don't get what a black bolt means. Pike greater than black bolt. Okay, so Wordle time. Now, once again, the actual New York Times Wordle I already played today, so we're not going to do that. I will show it for those of you who want to see it. Come back in 10 seconds and we'll be past it. So this morning I started with stain. I went to timed because I only had T and I. So I started the word with timed. Then I had a D and the T in the wrong spot. So then I put in a word that started with DIT, and all I could think of was Diddy. I got extremely lucky and got Ditto. So I did it in 4. So instead, we will do fake Wordle, which is wordlewebsite.com. And this appears to be different for everybody. So there's no way of cheating, no way, nobody, I don't have to worry about anybody giving me a word that's especially good or especially bad. So the first person to put in a 5-letter word will start the Wordle for today.
After you do work.
Yes.
Yeah. Finish what you do.
You want to, well, you can talk while I do Wordle. That would be great. If you want to talk.
Oh, I didn't mean talking.
Oh, you don't want to talk to the stream. You want to talk to me.
You don't discuss dinner.
Oh, you want to discuss dinner.
Yes, but do your work.
God damn it, Deej, penis.
Fine, it's fine.
Mama phrases make it fine, but it's Deej's birthday. We will humor him. Start with penis. And not a single letter. Thanks, Deej. Okay. Let's see. T T-R O U let's see. Brought. What can we use A and U? Brow or O. O and U. G-R-O-U-T. Grout. Grout. Oh my God. Not a single letter again. The only vowel left is A and maybe Y. Shit. M-A-N-L-Y. Manly. Manly. Oh my God. How can there only be an A? In all that, there's only an A. What? That's not possible. And the A isn't the second letter. Okay. So if the A is the middle letter, and we could end in CK, C-H-A, Chack. Okay. First, I didn't even think Chack was a word. So I wasted a word. But we have C-H-A, char, chafe, chaff, chafe. Chafe. Got it in 5. Damn, I was scared. I was scared. Chafe. Okay. Okay, we got it. We got it in 5. Uber B-Man said spank. Tej is laughing. Galactics X Kapla. Kapla is not a word. They don't accept it. Thomas says, did LDG make you do Wordle again? No, it wasn't LDG. It was my choice. It was my choice. Last Son of K says, no penis, no spank. Deej says, troop. Uber V-Man said, trunk. Words and Pictures says, no penis at the start of Lesbian Visibility Week. Oh, to that end, I mean, the ironic thing about lesbian porn is that it's the only porn a truly straight man can watch. It's ironic. It's one of those things like no man can truly help another without helping himself. It's one of those oddities in life that is true. Is that lesbian porn is the straightest porn for a straight man. Thomas cat is not a 5-letter word, although I see what you meant. I see what you mean. I see what you did there. Uberman says bulge. Admiral Teague says, hey there, Kapla, Admiral Teague. Kapla. Deej says, damn lesbians hate penis. Jedi Bill says hello to Thomas. Uber 8-Man says chafing. The Lesbian sounds like a metal band. And Admiral Teague loves the lesbian porn. Absolutely. Thomas Potts calls me a cheater for reasons. And Galactic says, indeed, if you watch straight porn, you're essentially a cuck. Hakeem says lesbian porn is penis free. Lol. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. I have a tail that's on topic.
Oh, Mama Frey has an on-topic tale. This is both worrisome and interesting. Okay, Mama Frey.
All right,
The camera's gone. The camera's off.
Yeah.
Over there.
Hi guys, and again, happy birthday, Deej. But that's not the tale. This was many, many, many years ago, long before I met Dad O'Prey. I worked on Wall Street, and on Friday nights, we would go around the corner to neighborhood bar and hang out for a couple of hours after work. There was, I don't know, 15, 20 of us, and it was just a nice place. It had a jukebox and music and just nice conversation. Now, obviously, there were a few people at the bar that didn't come from where I worked, and I was sitting at the bar, and this girl was sitting next to me, and she was talking and talking, and I didn't think anything of it, you know, a conversation, male, female, and she started asking me where I lived. So at that time, I lived in Staten Island. I said, oh, I live in Staten Island. It's not a bad trip home. I walk to the ferry, get on the ferry, and then get a bus. You know, and she says, oh, I live not far. I live here in Manhattan. Why don't you come and stay at my house? And I said, no, I'm not drunk or anything. I can make it home by myself. Well, she kept this conversation up. And she went to go to the ladies' room or something, and one of the guys I worked with grabbed me and he said, she's hitting on you. I said, she's what? He said, she's trying to take you home. I said, yeah, that's nice of her, but I don't need to be taken home. I'm okay. He said, she's a lesbian. I said, oh shit. I mean, she was a very attractive woman, long dark hair, you know, I don't know, early 20s. Like most of us there were between, 20 and 35. And I had no clue. If he didn't tell me, no clue that I was being hit on. I guess I was really naive. Anyway, that's my appropriate story for. And I went home alone. I got the ferry. Well, a couple of other people lived in Staten Island also, and we all got the same ferry and then went our own ways to get home. But yeah, that was one lesbian that didn't get appreciated that night. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you, Mama Frey. So I will give a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to do some Dear Bob.
You're feasting your eyes on the 6-meal cake, Streusel Swirl from Pillsbury. Meal number 1, a fancy feast for your company. Number 2, a yummy dessert for your kids. 3, a breakfast cake to make you forget coffee cake. 4, a lunchbox cake that doesn't all stick to the wrapping. 5, the best break a coffee break ever had. 6, dessert the second night, still firm and fresh. Streusel Swirl, the sensational 6-meal cake.
And we're back. A lot of kaplas to Mamo Pray. Thomas says, why do lesbians use unicorn horns if they aren't into men? Deed says, thank you to Mamo Pray. Words and Pictures says, what an on-topic Mamo Pray tale with a curious face. Jedi Bill says, yeah, Mamo Pray, love ya. With a lot of Mamo Pray emojis. Chrono says, yay, Mamo Pray tale. Sean Carter says, hello all, and hail Bird of Prey. Hail, Sean Carter. Last son of BK says, Mamo Pray tale. Yes. Chrono says, woohoo, and kapla to Mamo Pray. Deed says, bow, chicka, wow, wow. Admiral Teague says, hey to Jedi Bill. Chrono says, hey, brother, Sith warrior. Words and Pictures is laughing at Mamo Pray. At the Mamo Pray tale, not at Mamo Pray. Chrono said, home alone. Yes, you went home alone, Chrono. Gorilla says, best Mamo Pray tale yet. Thank you, Mamo Pray. Chrono says, it sounds like a movie. Captain Phantom Nerd says, hey to Chronos. Admiral Teagues is Bird. It's great to hear other New York accents on YouTube. Yes, it is. Chronos says, hey to Fandom, who says, hey to Admiral Teague. Jedi Bill says, hello to Gorilla. Chronos says, Bird of Prey 5, hello world. Deed says, what's a Chronos? Oh, hi. Anyway, so let's head over to Dear Bop. It is time for Dear Bop. And wow, we actually have just a few Dear Bops today. So it looks like we might get through them at a decent pace. Stan Lee says, did I miss Wordle? Yes, Stan. Unfortunately, you did. The Wordle, this is not the New York Times Wordle, mind you. This is wordlewebsite.com, and the word changes. So if you go there, it's different for you. But as you can see, I was given a particular word to start with, and I got it in 5. I would say that's a pretty hard word. I went through 3 words and only got a single letter in the wrong space. So yeah, I was until I got this word with 3 letters in the right space, I wasn't too sure about it. Just missed it though. If you want to scroll, you can rewind like 10 minutes before the Mamo Pray tale. You'd see it. You'd see it. Chrono says EST is the best time zone. It absolutely is. Stanley says Deed's the ghost wordle today. Chrono says bop. Thomas says Bird did fake wordle. We aren't good enough for him to do the real one. Thomas, I did do the real one, and I showed you it. The problem is that I can't wait all day till 5 p.m. It's going to be spoiled. So then here's my problem, Thomas, and it's a serious issue. If I try waiting till 5 o'clock, there's easily a 50% chance it's going to be spoiled for me. So then what do? Do I not do Wordle, or do I pretend I'm doing Wordle and not know the answer? And both of those are unfair to you, it's unfair to me, and it's unfair to the whales. So the best thing I can do is do Wordle for real in the morning, so it's not spoiled, and then do other Wordle live on the stream. This way, other Wordle can't be leaked. It can't be, nobody can give it to me by accident. Nobody can cheat, including me. It's just a random word that's chosen at the time you load the page. So it's just as difficult as any other Wordle, but you don't have to worry about somebody telling me the word beforehand. The deed says you could hear him curse at me. Stanley says I was betting on divot. I did do. No, I didn't do divot. Did I do divot? Somebody did divot. Did LDG do divot today? I forget. I already forget. Did I close it? I closed it. Okay. Let's do Wordle. No, I didn't. LDG did divot. LDG got divot today. I did ditty. Ditty was my word before ditto. And Mamo Frey's word before ditto was motto. As in, what's a motto you? Famous bear says hello. Famous bearer says hello world. Berto Prey 5. Nice to see you having fun. Mamo Prey sounds like a girl I used to know. Oh, famous bearer. Were you a 20-something-year-old woman trying to pick up another 20-something-year-old woman in a New York City bar 50 years ago? LDG with another Kissing Dax super chat says last call for Kissing Daxes. Thank you, LDG. Admiral Teague says EST forever. Stanley says they fooled me. Chrono says, hey, famous. Stanley says, yeah, New York Times used much harder words. Bullshit. There's no way that their word was harder than chafe. Stanley says the other one uses easy words. Chrono says, I don't Wordle. Stanley says, when was the last time you missed a New York Times game? A New York Times Wordle game? I don't remember. I don't know what my streak is. Stanley says, I've got one loss so far. Stanley says, a couple I got on the last try. Chrono says, I spoiled Wordle, better throw it out. Stanley says, they pick easy words. I play the extra hard game, 7 letters. That's not for me. And LDG says, yes, he did the divot. Stanley got it in 5 times. Chrono says, closing time. Well, after Dear Bop, probably. Deed says, Bird used to have a dog named Stains. Kind of weird when he would go out to call him in. Come Stains, come Stains. Chrono says, wow, very puny. Very punny. Very punny. Last son of K is laughing with Deej. And Chrono says, swing. Okay. Okay, let's start the Dear Bop. And it's a long one. Dear Bop, the ALA, the American Library Association, appreciates your support of libraries and librarians. Both are invaluable in their importance to peoples of the world. However, we regret to inform you that the ALA has no affiliation with a YouTube show named Jepnerdy. Further, ALA libraries and librarians are not in the business of rigging any games. Therefore, we cannot accept your donation to the ALA on the basis that you are attempting to make a bribe to win a game on YouTube. However, we do encourage you to continue your support for the library system and your local libraries. Thank you, Jackie Smith, Vice President of the American Library Association. Well, Jackie, if you don't run a game called Jepnerdy, then how could my donation possibly be used to rig such game? Checkmate. We see now the quintessential villain, the American Library Association. There will be no peace as long as the ALA lives. The Multi-Gunman says, Bird, welcome, Multi-Gunman. Admiral Teague says, I use Fraudle. It generates any Wordle score I want in as many tries as I choose. I have posted that I solved in one shot on Facebook every day for a month. Kronos is lol. Deej says, got him. I knew exactly what I was saying, Deej. Okay, I just didn't care. You want me to yellow cum stains? I'll yellow cum stains. It doesn't bother me. Multi-Gunman says, Bird, hey Bird, how's it going? It's going okay, Multi-Gunman. How are you doing? Multi-Gunman says, Deej banned as usual. Crown says he's jealous. Deej got banned. Deej says, Multi-Gunman, not bad today. How are you? Multi-Gunman says, Kronos, I banned Deej from everything. Kronos says, mic drop. Multi-Gunman is doing good. James Andrew Morrison says the ALA that promotes drag hour for kids, they're a pack of loonies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they shouldn't be talking. Kronos says, hey, Morrison. The Multi-Gunman is confirmed. You guys heard it here first. Jepnerdy is rigged, and they all cheat. Low Specs Linux laptop. Kapla, Low Specs Linux laptop. Stan Lee says, watch out for Mr. Bookman. Kronos says, hi, low. James Andrew Morrison says, hello, Berto Prey. And Galactus X with a £2 sterling super chat says, Tapal and Hoshi smooching would be nice too. Well, it would be nice, but that'd be very hard to find a video clip of that. If anyone has one, let me know. Stanley says, Deej, he's such a rube. And Stanley says, Deej tricked him again. Multi-Gunman says, I'll yell cum stains. I will. Kronos says, hey to Galactus. Stanley says, Multi-Gunman, while Deej is just busy making them. Deej says, someone has to, Stan. Stanley says, might be in for a dry spell if he's having a kid. Yosef? Kronos is in front of Mama Brighton. James Andrew Morrison says hello to Kronos. Kronos is so many spots. And Last Son of K says lesbian prawn running in the back room. Lol. Okay. On to the next Dear Bop. Dear Bop, I made a decision. Instead of trying to balance out and decide which stream to watch if multiple people are streaming, I'm prioritizing based on if the streamer comes in and at least says hi. Then I'll go watch the others if I have time. But people who come by and at least say hi, then those, I don't know if they swing by. Well, I will take this time to say hi to everybody in the chat, everybody who came to hang out. Hello, all. I hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. Kronos yells Deej is the father. James Andrew Morrison says, isn't crust cab a euphemism for cum stains? Deej says, nope. Mamo Pray says, I'm not. Kronos says, bop. And the multi-gunman says, Bird of Prey, how many volunteer orphans are there in the Karogan uranium mines? Enough. But we're always looking for more. Dear Bop, how do you know if the Enterprise in the motion picture left unfinished at the beginning? It was just something I was discussing with someone, and I didn't know if I was right or wrong. I wouldn't say it left unfinished. It appeared to be completed. I mean, I think they probably would have preferred a little more time before they left space dock or whatever it was called. But I would say it was finished. We didn't see any section of the ship not completed. And let's face it, we saw lots and lots of that ship. If there was any place not finished, it would have stuck out.
Everything wasn't finished, though. There was something missing that Beverly had to go bring by hand.
Mom, oh pray. We're talking about Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the movie from 1979. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mom, oh pray thought we were talking about the Enterprise D and Picard. Yeah, no, the Enterprise D was not complete. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Kronos asks if Deej can fly. Deej says, I will say hi to anyone except Jack if I'm on a plane. Not good to say hi, Jack, on a plane. James Andrew Morrison says, I thought we sold them all to Aurora Pente to mine dilithium. From time to time, you know, like a rancher has to sell off his cattle if he doesn't have the food to feed them through the winter. We have had to sell the uranium miners, but I don't believe we've ever sold them to Aurora Pente. The Klingons, they don't pay so well. Andrew Teague says finished, yes. Calibrated, no, yes. Not the sparkle, says Kronos. Multi-Gunman says, Deej, is that magic dust from Colombia? Uh-oh. Deej says he cannot say. Deej, you might wanna not use that magic dust. Kronos says Jedi Bill loves the sparkles. James Andrew Morrison says 1979, back when I was a wee lad of 11. Wow. I was a wee lad of 1. Kronos says Mama Bray likes the Enterprise D. I don't think she hates it. Deed says, I'm not making that joke, Kronos. Deed says, ask someone else if they like the Enterprise D. And Kronos says, Bird is a slave driver. No way. Dear Bob, I need your advice quick here. I'm a straight male. I was approached by a couple at a bar last night. One is crazy but hot chick. The other is a trans male, in quotes. They want me to be a stand-in for the trans lower bits because, quote unquote, he doesn't have any down there. Should I take this invite for some special, maybe a bit odd fun time? I've never done anything this crazy before. I usually just have normal relations with women. Thanks, Bob. See, I'm scared because I don't know exactly what trans male means. Like, they were born a woman, but they feel they're a man, but they did not have any operations, any procedures done, or they were born a woman and they had a procedure done and now they identify as a man. You know, I just, it seems like it's more risk than it's worth. Now, if they were lesbians and they're like, you know, we're 99% sure we're lesbians, but we want to be 100% sure. So we wanted to invite you in just to see. Yeah, sure. Go with that. But in this case, unless you want to like be ultra sure, I would say it's not worth it. I'd say it's not worth it. I mean, the woman, if she wants to have like a side piece that you and her are alone, maybe, but even then, I would say probably stay back. Let them figure it out. Hakeem says they are both women. If they're both women, I don't know. I would still say proceed with caution. The Molten Gunman says, Bird, they need some tranny fluid, aka Bud Light. Oh my God. Ammo Teague says, what kind of turnabout intruder are we talking here? Kronos says, still have the XX chromosomes. Can't change that. James Andrew Morrison says, in the words of Simon Phoenix, it boggles my mind. Kronos is a side piece, yes. Stanley says, does the trans male have a beard? Yeah, that would be a serious. What's the body hair situation? See, that's what I'm saying. It's just, it's too much trouble than it's worth. I would pass. And Stanley says, had top surgery. If they had any surgery, I'd pass. And if they had hormone treatment, I'd pass. One thing I'm going to say, Kronos, it's leftist science, also known as the science of the mentally ill. There are people who I believe legit were born into the quote unquote wrong body without it being mental illness. However, I think there are far more people who are mentally ill, who have also come to the same quote unquote conclusion. And that's the problem. That's the problem. There are legit, real cases of it, but there are more unfortunate cases of people who are doing it for the wrong reason. The immortal words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Dear Bob, will you be doing a kissing dads for Pride Week? LDG, no. If you mean kissing Dax for Pride Week, maybe. I don't know when Pride Week is, but I think we've all got our taste of kissing Dax for today. So thank you, LDG, for the idea. And thank you to everybody who super chatted for kissing Dax. Thank you to John Iraqi, who bought 5 channel memberships for new people, some old, some new. Thank you for bringing 5 more people into the community. And I appreciate it from everyone. Thank you for the hangouts, the comments, and all that. LDG says not LDG. Galactus X, oh, he did not write that. Okay, so he didn't write that. Galactus X says even Quark would abstain from such a menage a trois. You may get a photon torpedo on your derriere from nowhere. Admiral Teague says Pride Week is the 3rd week of June when they have a mermaid parade. Pretty sure. The multi-gunman says no kissing Dax. F kissing Dax. I'm trying to, but it's very hard to do. The Random Menace says good evening, Kronos multi-gunman. Hope life is treating you well. Absolutely. And Stanley says multi-gunman, nah, they only kiss. Yeah, that's the problem. Deej says breaking news. Carrie Fisher gets a star on the Walk of Fame on May 4th. A, isn't she dead? And B, wait, how do you get a star on the Walk of Fame? I guess you don't need to be alive. I for some reason, I thought you needed to put your hand in the cement. But if it's just a star, I guess you don't need to put your hands in the cement. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out. That is the wrong screen. That's the screen I want to go to. Kronos didn't like the TNJ episode. Oh, we got one more, Dear Bob. Dear Bob, I think my lesbian neighbors misunderstood me. They got me a Rolex for my birthday, which is nice and all. But when they asked me what I wanted for my birthday, I told them I wanted to watch. Har, 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 har. With that, guys, remember I put up my Picard reviews, 5 nitpicks video just before this went live. So if you haven't seen it yet, please go back and check it out. This Wednesday, will be another Enterprise Wednesday as we continue season 2. Friday will be Bed Life. I don't know what I might do on Thursday. This will be the first Thursday without Picard in 10 weeks. And then we'll be back around to Sunday Twilight Zones. We've been doing Twilight Zones, but on the Berto Prey 5X channel. So this Sunday, they'll probably come back to the main channel. Multigamment says, have a good day, Bird.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And 205 with $1.49 donation says one more time and ended it on Kissing Dax. Thank you so much. Hakeem says a great stream. You are welcome. Kronos, it's been a long road indeed. James Andrew Morrison is laughing. And Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey in the hands of cement. Bird of Prey 5, the hands in cement is a different thing. That's what I'm kind of realizing. A star on the Walk of Fame is not the hands in cement. No.